it's Dale here. Today I'm going to show you, I'm starting a new project. One of the things, I always have several things on the go. I've just become a little bit obsessed with Kandinsky at the moment and basically his circles. So I'm doing a little project on him. And one quote I got was, and it relates to me too, I see colour when I listen to music, and I see music in colour as well. So I've decided that's a good omen to start with. So just for starting, I've done a few little circles. I'm particularly focusing on his circles, and I'm going to do layers. I've got starting to making notes, and there's heaps of things I want to try. But just to get me going, I got my oil pastels and did a few circles and played with. And I'm using a coloured book I bought somewhere, so the pages are going to ooze through. There's a bit of orange there and whatnot. But I thought to get going, I would start with some circles. And so I'm using tissue paper at the moment, but I've got plans to try quite a few different things. And I've got some gesso, which I thought I would just put here and roll it out and just cover some of the cheap tissue that I had floating around. And I'm working on a plastic background, a bit tight on space because I haven't cleaned up from something else. And so I've got some bubble wrap, just getting some circles this way. So if I just roll onto the bubble wrap, I'm not necessarily going to use it all, but I'm using gesso because I'll spray over the tops of this of the tissue when I've got the colours down. So this is my bit of bubble wrap. There's another bit of bubble wrap that I've used. Sometimes I've got different sizes of bubble wrap, but at the moment this seems to be the only one that I can lay my hands on. So I've got some little circles there. Put the over here, let that dry. And then I've got a few other things to try, like I've found ubiquitous toilet roll. Don't waste anything, and overlap some circles. Let's see how we go here. Not necessarily full circles, but this is tissue paper is really good, and I'm going to spray it, and when I put it on for my layering, should be translucent. So this is particularly for people who like circles. Of course, there's so many things you can do with circles. Stitching circles, but we're just starting off. In any new thing that you do, you want to explore many possibilities before you're home in. So I'll leave that one to dry. And I've got here another little one that I've used, and that's just a little, and this gesso, as you can see if you look closely, is actually thicker than what I was using before, or spreads more smoothly. I could wet it down a little bit. So I'll just fill this one here up. I know it's like watching grass grow, but if I don't do the whole sheet, it defeats the purpose. Sort of like and look at the possibility of once it goes onto a surface, which now this is a little series, so I'll do a few of these. So if you're interested in watching what happens with Kandinsky, wait till you see 2, 3, 4 and 5, etc. We'll see how we go with that. And just keep that one away and onto here. And another great way to make circles is to use, of course, stencils, which I've used here and there. Just put down a stencil with some. So I've collected up all the stencils that I've got that are like circles. This is a little tiny bubble wrappy sort of plate that I had. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll just roll it all up. Little circles, almost little bubbles. But they could go somewhere within the stencil scene. So we'll pop that down there. And then that one's all ready. So there's an endless possibility. So look at those little ones that are coming along there. And then I could do another one. So at the moment I'm just putting down shapes. So I've got various ones that I've collected of circles and assorteds. And I'll put this one here down and see what happens. And before I get to my last one to show you, with the gesso, and I'll make sure it goes into everywhere. I've used a little palette knife, but I've got that somewhere else, so I've got a finger instead. And here's some other dots there that you can see. Now you can also see that I've sprayed colour on some. Have a look at these ones, so they're really just, and I'm looking to make a whole lot of colour, so I've got sort of spectrum, so I'll just move on with all these different ones. But my last little one I'll show you is, this is compressed sponge, and if I wet it, you can see that it swells, and so it's all ready for, we'll do some printing with that just to finish off with. And you'll get these lovely sort of just do 4, and then I shall work out my next phase, and it will involve some music because that's what I started out with. So at the moment I'm just gathering notes, making things and creating lots of different shapes, lots of different circles on different surfaces. This is tissue to start with. It's just the cheap tissue that came, I think, inside a shoebox or something. So I hope that's got you thinking about it. If you're interested in this, then come back and follow me next time you see Kandinsky on a video. See you later, bye.